Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good morning. Say good morning. Hi, puppy. Mm. Hi, Freedom Eagle. How are you? How is life going for you?
Dirty wash. You're dropping your coffee there. Yes. Hi, Bubba.
You're chilling in bed? Howard's the baby? Didn't you just have a baby? Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's good to see you. I'm back. Daddy Black. What next? I don't know what next. Something. Ask Jack why he's hiding. That's what we should do. How about there? Is that any better? Not really, huh? Little nauseous. You're nauseous. Okay. So you're pregnant right now. Is that what it is? I'm a little hazy in my mind. You have to remind me. Oh my gosh. Hi, Victor. Boy, it's a day for old friends to stop by. It's really good to see you, Victor. Oh, what's the matter with you? Oh, what's the matter with you, sir? Hmm? Got slobber on your face. How did you get slobber on your face? Hmm? Stop. Say stop, Mom. Stop, Mom. I love you. I need my drink. Thank you. I love you. You're a good boy. You're a very good boy. Yes, you are. It's going really well, Vecta. I know the feeling having a dog steal your bed. How are all your dogs, Vecta? Oh, Freedom Eagle says we're getting a puppy. That's exciting. A puppy and a baby. What? What kind of puppy are you getting? Michael is doing great. I love that. I'm glad to hear that. All right. This song sucks. I'm going to delete it. What do you think? Hi, Daniel Kitts. Good morning, my friend. Daniel, do you know our friend Vecta? Were you here when Vecta was coming around? Let's delete this one. We don't like it. Delete. Cool.
Some people lose themselves trying to fit in. Some of us find ourselves beside a red dog.
Pit bull. No, we're getting 2 pit bulls. Wow.
I've been waking up before the sunrise glow.
No, no reason to be sorry. I'm excited for you. Good for you. No. Vecta says I cannot get personal space with dogs. Nope, it's hard. But who wants personal space with dogs? Not me. I'm going to be all cuddly. I just pushed Jack out of the way, Vecta. Want to see? No, I won't mess with him. All right, this is what I do, Vecta. I just get up here and I'm like, Jack, move over. And he says, what? I'm not moving over. Oh. I love you. I love you. Here's your monkey too. Daniel says, I am doing good. Just relaxing on my bed. Me too. What? I love you, Bubba. Here's your socks. Vecta says, Michael thinks he is still a puppy and sleeps beside me, even though he is getting all the space. What? What, Daniel? Well, Vecta, that's what they say about Irish setters. Irish setters are known for being puppy-like. their whole lives. Yep, you're going relaxing on your bed. Yep, and I was saying me too. What's today, Monday? Okay, it's Friday. Woohoo, happy Friday. Right? Vector says he's so cute when he sleeps. Aw. More than just when he sleeps, right? He's cute all the time. Oh, Daniel is watching his Ancient Aliens. Good for you. Hope it's a really good episode. Daniel says, and awesome, Miss Jackie, relax. I wish I could now. One more day. It's Friday. Woohoo, Friday. Hi. Everybody wants truth. Right? Daniel says, yours truly. Did you play on your game last night? Hi, Shy. How are you? Good morning. Where did this come from? Where did you get my medicine from? Shy says, hi, fluffy dog. Jack says, good morning. You want to wave? Say hi. Hi. Vector says, I bought a fake remote shake to play with my dogs and they were just barking. Michael tried to eat it. Oh no, a snake, a fake snake. Very cool. So, Chai, how are you this morning? Am I saying your name completely wrong? So it's a remote control snake? That's really cool. Did you see my Panda Express in the community page? No, sir. I'm still in the middle of working, so I haven't got the chance to look, Daniel. It was yummy. I bet. I've never had Panda Express before, but I believe you. Thank you, Daniel. I will get to it. I'm off after today. Today's my Friday. Work just takes up all of my time and energy, unfortunately. Hi, Lady Sky. Good morning. "13 days till Father's Day. Will I reach out to my dad? Probably not. Will you? How about, Lady Sky, you never mentioned your father. Did your father pass away? I think I did remember you mentioning it before. I know Daniel's dad is passed. Father's Day, who needs it? I am good, Lady Sky. I'm just running my mouth. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Let's just do some Little Debbie. Hi, Chew. Lady Sky says, yes, my dad has passed away almost 10 years ago come this December. Oh, you're beautiful. You're just so gorgeous. Oh, a little contouring. Here you go. Beautiful. Good morning, Paul. Hmm? You know, oops. How are you, Paul? Good morning. What is going on in here? You see it. Hi, Wasa. Paul says he is okay and hope you're all well. Daniel's watching Ancient Aliens. Lady Sky has visited us on her early morning wake up before she goes back to sleep. And what else has happened? I think that's it, Wasa. Cat, I guess. Wow. Wow. The treatment I get, I swear. It's no wonder I act the way I act. I'm going to blame it on Wasa. Paul says, what? I don't know. Oh, Daniel says, lady, God bless you. Love and hugs. My tummy is hungry again. What are you going to eat? What's your plan? Wasa says, big smile and means namaste. All namaste. Peace, all namaste. Daniel says, I don't know. Cheese. Cheese sounds good. What were you wedding, Paul? You know me, I get lost really fast. Soul Chef Antonia says, well, hello, beautiful, wonderful meeting you here. You come here often? Why, yes, I do. Fancy seeing you here. How are you, Soul Chef Antonia? Good morning. Daniel's speaking my language with our fascination with cheese. I'm obsessed. You know, I can give up meat. I could give up milk. I think one of the hardest things would be cheese because cheese goes good on everything. Paul says, hi, Soul Chef Antonia. Wasa says we have this caramel cheese. Oh my, I've never heard of such a thing. It's unbelievable and expensive for a tiny bit, but good. That's probably why I've never heard of it. I can't afford it. Soul Chef Antonia says, I am wonderful. I am alive. Ah, you're like a breath of fresh air. Thanks for being here, Soul Chef Antonia. Hi, Jack. Aw. Daniel says, Wasa, my Panda Express is in the community page. I'm going to get a Dr. Pepper and some cheese. That font comes up really funny on my TV. It was a real puzzle. You're making my brain work very early, Daniel. Oh, heck. We'll just give you the real thing. I was just giving you a reflection. It was kind of symbolic, but anyways. Soul Chef Antonia says, I have given up meat, not cheese. Wasa says, oh man, I didn't get any Panda Express today. Okay, I'll have to go live vicariously through you. I'll be back, right? Hi, Rosie. Good morning. Hi, real Mr. Bojangle. Daniel says, and yes, Miss Jackie, I love cheese, and my butt does too when I eat cheese. Oh, does it or does it not? I was reflecting on it's all a reflection. Rosie's mind is blown. What happened, Rosie? Daniel says it does. Mine too. That's where all the cheese goes, to my butt. It keeps me really grounded, so I'm not like a weeble wobble. We're talking about cheese and butts and what else? Reflections. Yes. Paul says, oh my. Oh my. And these are my socks, and you can't have them. They're my socks for the day, okay? Here. Here's your socks. Rosie goes, okay. Okay. You never know what you're going to get. Hey, y'all. I don't know if you guys know it or not. A few people know because I've already talked about it, but it's Friday, y'all. Cheesy butts. And how great it is to be alive. Yes, that's right. I forgot that part. The most important part. Alasa says, I must be completely technologically inept because I cannot find it. I'm so sorry, Daniel. I'm trying. Aw. Good morning, Carl Shell. How are you? Carl says, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday and happy Friday, Cat. Thank you, Carl. Good morning. I love you. Ooh, Carl. Have you talked to anybody else this morning? Was I the first one who got to say I love you, Carl? I love you, Carl. I love you, Soul Chef Antonia. I love you, Rosie. I love you, Paul. I even love you, Wasa. Who did I miss? I'm loving everybody this morning. You joined at exactly the right time, Rosie. Wasa says, I know, and ditto. Carl says, your days are changing, Kat. You know, Carl, you have never said anything more prophetic in your whole life. The number 55 came up to me yesterday in a new realization. I usually don't like fives because they mean change. Double fives, double the change. But I'm excited. It's time to change. I've been stagnant. I've been unhappy. It's time. Thank you, Carl. Thank you for confirming. Paul says, love and hugs in return. Thank you for the hearts, Rosie. All right, Jack, what else do we need to do? We have a little bit of a drive this morning. Walmart. Not a Walmart I like either. But I have help. So exciting. Wasa says, uh-oh, it sounds like I'm in trouble. I hope not. Sometimes I'm unintentionally neglectful or rude. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you on about, Wasa? I don't know you to be neglectful or intentionally mean-heartedly rude. Right? Rosie said, who said you're rude, Wasa? All right. She needs to know. Inquiring minds need to know. Who would dare say that to our friend CD? Does your mom call you CD? Rosie says, you better not be talking crap about yourself before I come over there and teach you a lesson, Mr. Teacher Wassa. Hi, Robert. Good morning. Whew. Freedom Eagle, are you still here? Are you giving me a little bit of your nausea? Because I'm feeling it, sister. Too much cheese last night. Paul says, neglectful, rude, and inept. Wassa, you should speak better about our friend. And Paul also says, hi, Robert. He says hi back. Daniel says, I am back. I am going to post another picture. Okay. Oh, Wassa says, I felt like I was in trouble with Rosie. I am, or I was in trouble with Rosie. My mistake. And no, my mom, she still calls me Colin. It half makes my skin crawl every time I hear it. Aw. Do you mean like metaphorically, or did you know somebody named Colin who passed away? Robert says, I need y'all's help with something. Are you going to ask us what our favorite character in something is? Carl says, I'm in trouble. What are you in trouble about, Carl? Right? Rosie just makes you start thinking, why? Why is he thinking that? What did he do? She says, why in trouble with me? Unless you did something. Wassa says, metaphorically, I suppose. So, huh. I don't know. Yeah, my mom still called me Stace till the day she died. She didn't buy my new name. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Cat. Yes, Dylan. How are you, Dylan? Rosie says so. She doesn't like it when it gets quiet. Rose, do you have a lot of people in your house? Yes? Sean says, you up so early. Are you going to work? I am going to work. Yes, sir. And good morning, Sean. Paul says, hi, Dylan. Dylan, are you okay there? Wassa says, when you said, oh, nothing, Wassa. Dylan says, sorry there. I don't know why I keep on putting question marks in there. I might be oh, it was funny. It was funny, Dylan. Good morning. Sean says, I'm okay with you. Oh, well, good. Wassa says, it was my misunderstanding. Hamilton, good morning. He says, I got mad at Coke and switched to Pepsi since 2020. No one buys Coca-Cola anymore, and it just sits on the shelves here despite all the specials they have. What is the help that Robert needs, right? What's up, Robert? You just got off of work. You work till 2 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. Whoa. That's the whole day. I don't really get moving till about 2 p.m. Paul says, hi, Hamilton. Dylan says, good morning, and hi too, Paul. Rosie says, yes, mom and dad, 4 brothers, and me, and my other 3 sisters are married, so they're not here. So is it usually pretty loud around your house? A lot of noise? That's why I'm asking. Because you get uncomfortable when it gets quiet. And I wondered if it's very noisy in your house and that's kind of what you're used to. So when it gets quiet, it makes you uncomfortable. I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm guessing. Spitballing here. Well, this is not that you are normally passive aggressive like that either. I was reflecting my own flaws on you. Oh, aw. We do that. Hamilton says, hi, Paul. And Dylan says, hi to Rosie. And hey, I commented on your channel and you acted like you didn't know who I am. How do you know how she acted? Daniel, you just kind of proved a point to myself that we assume we know how somebody else feels, or we assume we know what somebody else is doing, or we assume that our perspective is the truth of a situation. Robert said, one was working on here a lot. Carl says, I am waking all my American managing moderators. Oh my goodness, Carl, they must really love you. Robert, I still missed your question. You got your cheese? Hi, Yogi. Good morning. Rosie says, no, when it gets quiet, I start to think about things. And it gets loud when a fight happens. But when there are no fights, it's quiet. Okay. See, I was wrong. Dylan says, like, she told me that, who is this? And I told her my name is Dylan Thomas, which it upset me a little. Well, Dylan, you can't remember. I mean, I can't remember. Shoot. If I don't see you every day, I forget things. It just happens. I wouldn't take it personally. Oh, one of the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally. Carl says, I'm telling them to block people. Who are we blocking, Carl? Hamilton St. Ives says, Jack is so fluffy, squishy, cute this morning. He is. I agree. He's very needy too. He's got his paw on me. Dylan says, oh, okay, sorry. I don't want you to think she was thinking anything badly. Dylan. And Dylan, oh my gosh, I was looking for you. You never told us I haven't talked to you since the day you were going to do the water thing with your pastor at the church. Was it slip and slide? I've been looking for you to ask you how it went. Carl says, people who don't like you. Carl, I don't know anybody who doesn't like you. Not a soul. Hamilton says, I love Jack's collar. Me too. Thank you. Rosie says, Yogi, remember the bluebird I named Skits? I saw it today, and I've got it on video. Aw. Wassa says, I posted a few more pictures in the community page. Dylan says, yeah, it was a slip and slide. Yeah, well, did you have fun? Did you have so much fun? Did you ask your mom if you could put a slip and slide in your yard? Daniel says, oh my God, Jackie, this cheese. Yogi says, awesome, Rosie. She says, I haven't seen Yogi Cat. Well, you never know. Might be off making new Yogi Cats. Daniel says, I think you hit the wrong something. Right? Yogi says he's enjoying life, Rosie. He'll be back. What'd I say? I Dylan says, nah, I didn't ask, and it's not recommended for me every day. Yeah, while the cold water was fun, but I'd experienced pain in my knees because of the tarp. Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm glad you had a good time, though, that one day. Right, Paul? I didn't see Robert. Robert Stewart, are you still here? We didn't get your question, my friend. Dana says, do you know there is places in Russia that is evil? Do you not think that there is places in right here? Oh, Hamilton says, good to see a large number in the chat. I keep forgetting to like. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for remembering to like, Hamilton. I did not see your question, Soul Chef Antonia. It disappears really fast off the TV. Rosie says, is that something you're getting from Ancient Aliens, Daniel? Dylan says, sorry that I was mad at you earlier, Rosie. Daniel, I sure do love you. Right? Soul Chef Antonia says, how are you all so awesome and amazing? Oh, I got it. We're just a reflection of you. Rosie says, no need to apologize, Dylan. Carl says, thanks, Angie. Block that person. Who is Angie? Where did Angie come from? Wait a minute. Oh, I think I remember Angie Baby, right? I don't know that person, but I remember you talking about them. Right? Rosie says, Carl, who are we talking today? To today? Where is Tina? Real Mr. Bojangles says he's just. Are you okay? He's just hanging his head because he knows mom's going to work. Huh. He said it, and he's got dry slobber on his face. He's very gross. And who's even grosser for sleeping with him? Me. I's the gross one. There you are, Megan. Good morning. Oh, Daniel said the Ancient Aliens are a great community. I know you really like them. Dylan says, I meant June. Sorry. I'm so lost. It's crazy. Hamilton St. Ives says, does anyone visit him when you're at work, Kat? Just me. I come home for lunch. I take an hour lunch when everybody else takes a half hour. Paul says, I'm having such a hard time typing this morning. Carl says, the two Tinas aren't happy with YouTube either, Rosie. And, oh, goodness. It's kind of funny. The way his butt just suspended in air for a second. Rosie says, Paul, welcome to my world, but the difference is it's all the time. Jack. Oh, Soul Chef Antonia. Nope, I still am looking for Soul Chef Antonia's question, but I didn't see it. Rosie says, well, hi, Angie, if you're here. And Dylan said redo it. I meant. Oh, Paul says, I've completely deleted 100 things I want to say. And then just a big sigh face. Just take a deep breath and start over again. Oh, Rosie's giving some love to Paul. Where'd my dog go? Bella. Where are you at? Come on out. Yep, go on. I'll get you a bone. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Go. You heard me. Go. Okay. Oh, my question was, how are you also amazing? I did read that. And I said, because we are a reflection of you. Hamilton says, well, everyone, have a easygoing day. I like that, easygoing day. Hope it's nice and uneventful. Ciao. It's a little tricky. Ciao, Hamilton. Thank you for coming by. Paul says, it would be so much easier if we were all hanging out in a room talking. You're right. But would we be nervous around each other for the first time? Would it be kind of awkward? Paul said, bye, Hamilton. And Wassa says, hey, Antonia. I was zoned out, lost in my own world there for a disturbing number of minutes. I do that too. I'll just be lost in space for no reason. You want this? There you go. Oh. There is lots of bad stuff in this world, Daniel, but I choose not to focus on those things. I feel like if I'm giving it attention, I'm inviting it to come on into my life, and I'd rather not. What do you think? Foxy is being a fox and has your snack. What do you think? I try too hard with this dog. Rosie says it would be awkward. And Daniel says Wassa. Oh, I already commented on that. So Antonia with a wink and an exclamation mark. And Paul says, I never thought of myself as amazing. Thank you, Soul Chef. Yes, thank you, because he needed to hear that. Rosie says, I don't like talking bad. Yeah. I feel the same. Wassa says, I absolutely love studying that kind of fascinating stuff, Daniel. I love it. Carl says, I'm not amazing. Well, Carl, you are amazing. And I love you, Carl. Right? Paul says, you are. Wassa says, oh, come on. I don't even want to invite Sasquatch into my life. I believe they're out there and they can stay out there. Paul says, we all have amazingness. Rosie says, Paul, life isn't amazing without you. Ugh, stop being so harsh on yourself before I teach you and Wassa a lesson for real. Paul says, we all have amazingness. It's contagious. I think It's like the 100th monkey effect. Once one person starts to realize how amazing they are, it spreads. Wassa says, I knew it. I knew Sasquatch was in your thoughts. Carl says, I certainly aren't amazing. Okay, Carl. Deep down, you know it's true. Lady Sky. Oh, Lady Sky, you are still here. I thought for sure you had gone to sleep. You had gone back to sleep. You've been very quiet back there. We brought up amazing, and here comes Lady Sky. Rosie says, Carl, I can add you to the lesson teaching. Wassa says, hey, Lady Sky. Oh, she's saying hi to everybody. Paul and Carl and everybody's saying hi back. My back is being poopy today. Now Rosie says, hi Lady Sky, how was the brownie? And Dana says, I am just watching the show, Ancient Aliens. Okay, this information. I know you love it. Okay. Communication device, not for pain. You did leave? It's okay. I didn't even know, Lady Sky. And you're back. Thank you. Just thank you for coming in when you do it, Lady Sky. I appreciate you. I'll take whatever time I get with you. Paul says, I'll be good, Rosie. Rosie says, you maybe get a craving for brownies, Lady Sky. I just walked into the kitchen, Lady Sky, and I turned on the light, and all of a sudden I smelled brownies. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? I don't know if you heard me, but I did say something out loud because it was so strong, the smell of brownies. I don't have brownies in my house. I have a bunch of bananas on the stove, but no brownies, but I sure enough smelled it. Your magic is powerful, strong, Lady Sky. Carl says, I don't eat brownies. Hi, Daniel. Paul says, really, Carl, you don't eat brownies ever? I know you did, Lady Sky. Otherwise, I would think it was really strange. We're just talking about brownies for no reason. Rosie says, no joke, I'm craving brownies. I'm not craving them. It was just wild how I smelled it so strongly. Yeah, I've had those before, Lady Sky. Brownies is a thing with my family when the kids are around. My mom always made brownies, so it's kind of a family thing. Lady Sky says, yep, and oh, Paul says, Rosie, what was the face for? Oh, for the brownies? She says, yes, Paul. Rosie says, no, LOL, too many cravings happening here. Lady Sky says, the other brand that I buy has tasted different the last 2 times. Well, you know, Lady Sky, it's a thing. Companies are making the packaging look different, making the volume or the amount that you get much smaller, raising the prices, and I am sure they're making changes with ingredients. Anything to save a buck. Carl says, I've stopped eating American food. Well, there you go. Wassa says, Daniel, thumbs up. I know where you are coming from. There's more to those theories than most folks can accept. Even if they aren't all true, doesn't mean none of them are truths. Yeah, I didn't get all of that. Paul says, Carl, do you like sweets? And Lady Sky says, yeah, Cat. It's sad. It's a sad thing. Rosie says, Carl, that means I only eat Irish food. Oh, Carl only eats Irish food now? Rosie says, we can switch, Carl. This brownie mix costs only $3.96 at Walmart, Cat. Nice. Dylan says, well, none of the food does taste good anymore. It's sad. I'd rather not eat none at all. Oof. That's tough. I like food. I even like the bad stuff. Like, hello. Have you met my girlfriend? Okay. Rosie says, Mr. Paul, what was that face for? And Daniel says, Wassa, did you see the book I posted in the community page? Ghirardelli, I know. Yep. Have you tried, Lady Sky, since you like to try stuff? Have you tried that, gosh, where is it from? That green chocolate. Or maybe the filling inside the chocolate is green. And it comes from, gosh, I can't remember, but it's really, really expensive. And all the companies are making their own brand of it lately. Their own version, I mean. Dylan says, I like food, but I don't like when my Hungry Man meals or Tombstone pizza all taste nasty. Yuck. Yeah. Dylan's been complaining about the quality of Tombstone pizzas. Daniel says, try some cheese, right? Just add more cheese to a crappy pizza. Cheese makes everything better. You haven't? Gosh, I wish it's not, is it, I want to say Saudi Arabia, but it's not Saudi Arabia. It's, let me look it up. Paul says, Rosie has him wondering. Paul's thinking it would be much better to sit in the same room and talk. Much easier to explain things. Dylan says, well, maybe that will work. I've seen people doing it on TikTok. Here. Newly popular. Dubai chocolate. The chocolate bar with a bright green filling that has exploded in popularity worldwide. It originated in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in Dubai. Oh, it has pistachio cream, tahini, crispy shredded pastry called katafi, or nope, I can't say that either, and a milk chocolate shell. Really interesting. I love pistachios. Oh gosh, Sam Gloves says, hi everyone. Hi Sam, I like gloves. My channel is about gloves as well. At home, do you have any disposal gloves or plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves? No. Hello, Sam. I missed some stuff. Dylan says, oh, okay, you're just looking up food. I thought you were going to have to watch a video. No. Sam says, Cat and Jack, I like to stay and watch the live stream. If people wear disposable gloves, oh gosh. Disposable plastic gloves. I see, I missed it. Sorry. No gloves. It's just me. He says, hey to everyone. Hey, Sam, you're hilarious. Welcome. Blossom says, cool, Daniel. I saw them. I like the ones it would let me. Your newest one, however, it kept saying request invalid when I tried to like it. Weird. YouTube is doing that. I think it's a glitch. I get that occasionally. I have to go out and come back in, and it's really irritating. I think I was trying to upload a short. Sam says, hey, no gloves. I don't even think, I might have a pair of mittens, like in the kitchen drawer for emergencies when I go to work or something. I don't know. In the wintertime, I wear gloves for work, but I lose them all. I don't even have one I could show you, I don't think, or wear for you. GCC, hello, good morning. I have no idea what Rosie and Paul are talking about, but Rosie's mind has just been blown. Hi, Brandon, good morning. How are you, Brendan? It's good to see you. Hi, G, and hi, Bob from Rosie. Carl says, take care. YouTube is closing down for the day. Ooh, you know how much stuff I would get done if that was true, Carl? Especially on my days off. Brendan says, I'm going good. Just about to eat some dinner. What are you going to have? And what do you think about brownies? And have you ever had Dubai chocolate? Those are all my questions for you. Is that good? I don't care. Paul says, hi, Bob 8 Bobo. And Rosie had asked Carl, where to next? And he says, Discord. That is the perfect place for Carl. Rosie says, oh, I took off Discord. I swore off Discord. Like, just Discord in general, not the actual app. That's what it is, right? An app. Yeah, no, I won't join anything that's called Discord. I don't want it. I don't want it in my life. Oh my gosh. Really? Paul says, I was in the sun for 15 minutes top yesterday, and man, am I sunburned. Ouch. Oh no, I'm supposed to, wow. Well, at least it wasn't raining. We're supposed to get, I got these flood warnings this morning. You know what? I really feel like I'm starting to see how popular it is to use fear as a way to get you to pay attention to something. Big flood warnings, threats to property and life. Just this horrible warning I got this morning. And yes, like my road's gonna get washed out, my driveway, that sucks. But where I'm at, I'm not at risk for flood. And I think they overdo it. I'm just seeing that in a lot of things nowadays. Brendan says, sorry, I missed your question. Oh my gosh, really? Are you serious? Rosa says, it rained the day after yesterday. Questions. You've never had sunburn in the winter. It's not winter. Lassa says, you've got a point about Discord. Thank you. Brendan, I said, okay, one question I asked was, what are you having for dinner? Do you like brownies? And have you ever had Dubai chocolate? Tahini and pistachios with some sugar ground up. Oh, it sounds kind of good. Daniel says, but not $8 for a bar. I'm not paying $8 for a little bar of chocolate. I refuse. Oh, Paul says that's why winter is better. Okay, fine. Rosie says, I love Dubai chocolate. Ugh. So Rosie has tried it. Brendan says, I'm having leftovers and not the biggest fan of brownies. And yes, I have, but Australian chocolate is better. Do you have a version of chocolate that has a pistachio tahini cream filling? Rosie says, y'all are making me hungry. Me too. I'm going to make a smoothie right after I end live. And I have a bowl of oatmeal to go with me too. Dylan says the chat is going really, really fast. I just said that I love the cold weather and I like it when it's freezing. I know you and Paul and Sarah and Ivy. Paul says Australian chocolate sounds good. Brendan says I'm not sure, but I would say yes. So what makes your chocolate better than Dubai's chocolate? I don't think it's the chocolate that's particularly the thing. I think it's the filling, the pistachio filling. And Rosie also loves the cold. I don't know who you guys are. That's why you come over here, because you need to warm up a little bit. Daniel is back. Welcome back, Daniel. He says, hi, everyone. Hi, Daniel. Dylan, you're right. Thank you for being so patient, because when the chat goes by really fast, I miss stuff. So if I missed anything of yours, I'm sorry. Paul says, Cat, we're trying to help you. Oh, right. I do need to be cooled off sometimes. A hot temper. I do have a hot temper. Thank you, Paul. I think we kind of balance each other out a little bit. Dylan says, oh, you're fine. Thank you. You remember Paul. Sam says, I just love gloves as well. I know. What does everybody think about gloves? Sam Gloves loves gloves. Rosie says, I'll be right back. Just okay? That's all you got? Okay is for, I thought maybe you were saying that's how you felt about gloves. Sorry, Sam Gloves. I'm trying to get people to engage in glove conversation, but I'm not having much luck. I can't even find a glove. But what I can find, under the bed, are masks. I have lots and lots of masks. Rosie says gloves. I'm out of stock. Oh, mommies. I have a really, I don't know where my kitty cat one is. Wassa says, I gotta admit, I much prefer it hot over cold. Thinking of doing a bank job, Cat? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, what do you, what if I just live stream? Can I hide it good? Okay. Oh my gosh. It took a while. There was a delay. I was looking for myself. Rosie and Paul agreed. Cold is better. No. So no gloves. I'm missing a lot of masks. Some really cute ones. Some really funny ones. No. Disagree. Agree to disagree. I've grown a tail. Brendan says dinner is ready, so I will leave you all to it. I hope everyone has a good one. You too, Brendan. Thanks for stopping by. Good morning. Good night. Good night. Good evening. Sam says, what gloves? I have pink mittens, I think. That's it. And I have a tail. I'm growing a tail. Can you see my tail? No? There it is. Hair hides everything. Paul says cold. Bob says all to it, not old. I got you. Talk to text does that to me. Or is he saying a tail? And Dylan says, I'm so glad I don't have to wear masks in public anymore. Are you glad? Sam gloves. I started to worry as I went to go look for them. I was like, what if they're not there anymore? What if? These are what I have, mittens. Mittens are not gloves, but I put it on just for you. What? Yogi, she's a wolf vampire. She has a tail. He'd still love me. Paul says, do you have some cat ears as well as the tail? Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute. No. The things I do for you people. But that's all I can say. The things I do for you people. Sam says, Cat&Jack, I like the latex gloves, vinyl gloves, nitrile gloves, disposable plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves, but not mittens. Good, I can take these off now. Paul's laughing. Rosie says, I'm not saying he won't love you. I'm saying maybe he fell in love with a wolf vampire, unless Yogi is one. Yogi says, I see you beyond your story, Cat. That's what's so wonderful about Yogi. He still sees, I mean, he's not dumb. He knows I can be a jerk, but he sees beyond that. He sees who I really am. And when he reflects that back at me, oh, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Sam says, Cat and Jack, do you have any of them gloves? I do not. So sorry. Sorry, not. No, I'm not really sorry. Paul says, people coming into the stream seeing that. That's what I need to do to make people stay, maybe. I really don't care. I really don't. I honestly am to the point where I am happy with my little family here. And sure, more people are welcome, but if all we ever have is just us, I am perfectly happy. Rosie says vampire love. Aw, they'll write a story, the Yogi and the vampire. I did a short. I did a short a year ago about I was doing a live stream and we were watching a storm. We were probably watching hummingbirds first, but then the storm moved in, so I moved inside the house and we were watching the storm and Yogi was on the live and my daughter comes in and all of a sudden there's this huge lightning strike and you could see the lightning buzzing or the power buzzing through the power lines. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So I joke about, this is what happens when two witches and a yogi get together. Rosie says, dang. No, the vampire makes the non-vampire a vampire. Ah, that will make a great movie. I think did they make a movie like that? Didn't they make a whole series? Baby Bruss is that real feet? Well, it depends. What do you call fake feet? That's weird. Paul says yes. Rosie says they make it, but it's different with you and Yogi. Of course it is. Duh. Titanic vampire style. Oh. That is right up my alley. Yo, bruh. Yeah, man. Ow! See? They're real feet. She said, ow, that hurt. Baby Bruh says, do dogs have a bedtime? Yes. And they decide when it is. Dylan says, why does the chat have to go so fast? I just said you didn't care if you get sick or not. I'm not wearing a mask in public because I've heard that masks don't protect you anyways. You know what? I wore it just to get along with everybody, just because it was a peaceful thing to do. Jack, who found his vampire mother. Sure. Baby Bruh says, my dog wakes up around 5 a.m. It's too early. Dylan says, I'm not wearing that. I don't blame you, Dylan. It's fine. Daniel Kid says, bye. Bye, Daniel. And Dylan says, I don't see none of your chat until you actually chat. Sam says, Cat and Jack at home, do you have any disposable gloves, plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves? No. Rosie says, hey, Cat, question. Yes, ma'am. What is your question? Wassa says, me too, but it bothers me a bit now that I did. I just don't know. Oh, the mask, you work for peace, but it bothers you a lot now that I did. I just don't know. It bothers you that you did wear a mask just to comply because your rebel heart said you wanted to say no. Well, let me say something to you, Wassa. Think about Yogi, who was taking care of his dying father, and how much love we know Yogi had for his dad, and how scared he was because he loved somebody so dearly and didn't want to make him sick. And for somebody like Yogi, I would do it for sure. He makes me see it a whole lot differently. Lila, hello. Is that Lila? Lila? Dylan says, you didn't know that. I didn't know that. Sorry, Rosie. Paul says, that's just lovely. Wassa says, yes, a bit. It was morally wrong. I got you, but I do see another side too. And that side is so loving. How could I want to fight against that? Rosie says, can you use AI and do something with a vampire with you and Jack if it's allowed? Yes, I could. Sam Glove says, yes, gloves. I love gloves. Okay, let me think about this. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll think about it, Rosie. I'll work on it on my days off. Paul says, I was in the same boat with my mother. Yeah. It just makes me see it a whole lot differently. You know, the government is the government, and we can feel how we want to about the government, but the everyday people in our lives, in our neighborhoods, that's who we do it for. Daniel says, my comments are not going through. I'm sorry, Daniel. Darn YouTube, it's being a real pain. Bessie says, yay, thank you. Wassa says, oh, for sure. But one incidental example like that has no bearing on the larger situation. That's the problem thinking. Evil is always for public safety. We see these. Yeah, but just like you don't blame a government, you don't blame the individual people for what the government does. In other countries, you can say that country is evil and they do this and they do that, but is that the true story of the individual person or the persons? They're not their government. Rosa says, Daniel, it happens to me, but I keep sending them. It works. Frustrating, huh, Daniel? Is that why you said bye earlier? Were you frustrated about it? Daniel says, 5 years and 1 week. Tomorrow, my dad be gone. We were talking about that earlier, Daniel. So will you do anything in honor of your dad on Father's Day, which I think Lady Sky said was 12 days away? But 12 or 13, I don't know. Everybody's sending some love to Daniel. Wassa says, oh, 100 on that, but that's an entirely different matter. But yes, I agree with that fully. People are not necessarily guilty because of their nation. I guess it falls back on the also, would I rather have peace or would I rather be right? Or would I rather be right or would I rather have peace? Nino says Jackson breaks the third and Wonder Cat. Hello. Nino. Hello, my friend. I love that. Nino says, what did you eat today? And don't say lentils or burritos. No burritos. No lentils. What did we have? Paul says we will never change the government. Oh, my back. I don't remember, Nino. Oh, I had oatmeal for dinner. I agree. I think, what do you want to focus on? And if you're focusing on miserable things, is it affecting your life? Right? The things you're focusing on, is it making you happy? How is it reflecting in your life, the way you live? That's pretty important to me. Nina says hi to Rosie. So what did you eat, Nino? The Pepsi vampire. Daniel says, y'all talking about me? I don't know. Yeah, but I guess that's just not my path. I don't know what you're doing that's changing things, Wassa. You have definite opinions about it, but what is changing, and is it making your life better? Paul says, I'm glad I'm free to leave, which I'm thinking about. Where are you leaving to? Daniel says, I think y'all are. I don't think so, Daniel. Wassa says, what's important to me is that I try my best to take responsibility in a rational way. Paul says Asia. You're thinking about going to Asia, really? Like Thailand? Oh, I that's been a consideration, Paul. That's something that has, I'm open to now, is moving and living somewhere outside of the country where I can afford to live. Paul says yes. And get yourself a cute little Thai wife. They are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. If I was a man, that's where I'd be. Yes, I'd much rather talk about beautiful Asian girls. Let's do that. Rosie says, Kat, the only place you should be is at, oh, you think so, huh? Okay, what is the time? My coupon might be expiring soon. Nope. Paul says, for someone like me who doesn't take risks, that would be a huge risk. It would be an amazing story. And wow, what do you have to lose? Sell your stuff and go to Asia. What do you have to lose, Paul? Rosie says, yes, ugh, y'all need to meet. It will happen when the time is right, Rosie. Every time no coupons here. Rosie, you're hilarious. What I'm learning is every other relationship where I've been able to fuss and force my way to getting, force my way, it hasn't worked out really well for me. So I'm going to try something new. I'm going to trust that the Holy Spirit knows what it's doing, and I'm going to trust in divine timing. And why not? Everything else I've done before then has not worked out really well. Why not trust a little divine guidance? I'm open. Yeah, Wasa. You know what? It doesn't matter because ultimately I love you. That's what matters. Paul says, I'm sure I would be disowned, but really? Daniel says, Rosie, are you talking to me? No, I don't know, Daniel. She says, no, Daniel, but I love you. Rosie says, you're trying to run, huh? Nope, you taught me a lesson about coupons, Yogi. Get your woman's coupons. Yogi gave me the coupons. Right, Jack? It's his fault. Wait, question. Yes. I have answers. Just come to, oh gosh, I keep putting it down. Bring your questions to Wonder Cat. I will answer them for you. Vampires can have coupons? I don't think so. What? Well, then I guess neither one of us are coupon. Or yeah, neither one of us are coupons. That's it. You caught us. I have borrowed coupons. Is that supposed to be a vampire? What is that? So, Paul, have you been watching and researching moving? Have you been watching some of the YouTube channels of people who've done that? Gosh, who do we know that did that? Gosh, I can't think of his name. Daniel says, Rosie, I don't really know what's going on tonight. I can't help it. I'm sorry, Daniel. We were talking about me and Yogi, and me and Wasa were talking about the governments and different viewpoints on what to do about problems with the governments. And I don't know what else we were talking about, but we weren't talking about you, but we see you. It is a vampire. Okay. Rosie says, Daniel, I don't know. Even now, what I'm saying, LOL, we're just chatting. Lud says, bruh, I don't wear wellies in bed. Well, is that Lud? Is that an owl? Oh, I thought your profile was an owl. Never mind. um, those wellies belong to Big Deborah, and nobody tells Big Deborah what to do. Mm-hmm. Wassa says she'll be apples. What are apples? Rosie says, well, bruh, welcome. I said the same person that was here a little while ago, baby bruh. Paul says, my girl Deborah. Daniel says, Rosie, I am. Make it comfy though. Well, that's what really matters, Daniel. Wait a minute. It's so perfect that his song just came on. That's me. Hey, Daniel, we're talking about you now. Daniel, we love you. Pants on. I can't even smell. Everything is a reflection, Rosie. It is. So crazy. Once on it.
Where are your pants? I don't know. Jack, did you fart? Oh my God!
I'm doing a thing. With the shirt to keep baby. Well, Daniel, thank you for a little fun this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be all worked up and nice and warmed up for work tomorrow, or today, tomorrow. I love you, Daniel. That's right, the vampire is tired. Well, I'm glad I could make you laugh, Paul. Good for you, Daniel. Wow, that makes me very happy, Paul. Daniel says it's 4:20 somewhere. Medicine. Something to help Daniel relax a little bit. and feel a little comfy. There you go. What's up, Baba? Did you eat it all? You did so good. I actually do wear my cat ears to work sometimes. Not just on Halloween. It's almost two-wheel time. Almost time to go out on the bike. That was a amazing picture. Oh my gosh. And what a lovely area. It's so beautiful. You would question whether or not it was real. Rosie says, I thought you were going to say vape. Them things taste good. Ooh. Ooh. That's enough. Paul says, oh, it's real. Yeah, it's just so amazingly beautiful. And I'm sure the way you photographed it is what made it, brought out the beauty in it. Just amazing. All right, is it time for socks, do you think? 19 minutes. It's not about how hard you try, says wit. 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 What about wit? Dylan said he's leaving us. Okay. Dylan says, you guys light as well. Go to bed. This chat has been going fast long enough and I wanted to stop. So anyways, good night. Good night, Dylan. Sweet dreams, my friend. Daniel says, and Tennessee really needs to legalize. It's so strange to me because I live so close to the border with Virginia. It's just strange. Like, I go down this one street that's called State Street. On one side, you see all these cannabis stores, and on the other side, you don't. Or you might see, because I think in Tennessee, they do a loophole using some of the different hemp products. They sell that. That's terrible. Oh, those are awful, Rosie. And they're so, I've tried them before. They're super sweet. Oh, it's awful. No. Rosie says, Dylan, it's time for AC, maybe. And Paul says, everybody's saying, bye, Dylan. Paul says, there's dispensaries on every corner here. It's way too sweet, Rosie. It's so weird. I don't know. When I smoked. I didn't smoke for the flavor, that's for sure. One example, I don't know, of what. Dylan says, I told it to slow down, that is chatting you, but they're not listening. Oh my God, stop. Dylan, go to sleep, honey. It's all going to be fine. And I will see you tomorrow. Come in early, but it's quiet, okay? I love you, Dylan. Sweet dreams. How'd I do? Was that good? Oh, I should have been down more. Damn it. I didn't realize you could see that far down. The war on liberty is. The war on liberty is. Oh, okay, legalization. Got you. Paul says, and I've never smoked anything. I know. You're so innocent. Dylan says, all right, I'll chill out. I love you too, Cat. Okay, I'll stop. Just go ahead and go rest. I'm getting ready to end anyways. It's really close to 5 o'clock in the morning. Got a big drive. Hi, Kai. Good morning. Rosie says, I smoke it and my mama don't know. LOL, should kick my ass. LOL, it's nice. And you have chest pain. Rosie, think about it. Chest pain and vaping. I just need you to really look that up. Google it, whatever. Dylan says, oh, okay. And Kai says, bye. Kai, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the love. Thank you. You know, you're like a little ray of sunshine, Kai, when you come in. And I love it when you say hi and bye because I know you left me a like and you left me some love. And I hope you're doing well. Oh, socks. Shoes and socks. I was putting my shoes and socks on. For reals. Because you're a snack. He smokes from a bong. That's a good idea. Rosie says, I don't smoke like that, LOL. I smoke when I'm depressed. It's my parents' fault and my sister's fault for having me try it. Oof. I still think you should give it a look. You could have like a major reaction to it. Paul says, how do you afford smoking, Rosie? Those vapes are really cheap, Paul. Like 2 for $25, and they're pretty good sized. Rosie says she thinks it helps her depression. It's a little distraction for you instead of dealing with it. They asked me if I smoke. I said no because I got scared when my mom was there. Yeah, that sucks. So I'm just saying you still need to look it up and see that the possibility is there that could be causing you some issues. And look, I mean, be real honest with yourself and look at the damage. They're just finding out about the damage that vapes do. You don't hear about it because they're still relatively new. I just think you should be making a real informed decision next time you go to your vape for some comfort. Daniel's, okay, and that's it. Mom is done. Cat is back and says, I love you, Rosie. Mom loves you too. Daniel says, where does Pepsi Company have you going? Walmart. But not the close Walmart. It's about 40 minutes away. Rosie's telling you all her secrets. Daniel says, Rosie, I won't read it out loud. That way there's no evidence. Daniel says, Rosie, I have PTSD and anxiety and stuff. Rosie says, I don't know, but I don't smoke every single day and every minute. I'm not going to say, well, that's good. And maybe when next time you go to the doctor, you should tell your mom, I'd like to be alone. No, your mom would just want to know what that's all about, right? That's a real tough spot to be in, Rosie. Oh, I was going to look at the time. 4:50. Daniel sending Rosie hugs. I feel like Mom just yelled at you. Let's hug Rosie. I'm sorry if it felt like I was yelling. Now I feel like I was yelling at you, Rosie. You know, it's just because I love you so much. And you're showing some evidence of maybe, a problem with it. And I just want you to be aware. I love you. I'm sorry. Paul says it's nice when people care. I don't know, is it? Sometimes it might not feel so nice. Paul says, in my case, it is. Rosie says, my mom will think I did something if I said that I want to be alone. Yeah, that's why I had that realization. I was like, you're in a really tough spot. Good. Thank you, Rosie. I'm getting a little worried. Joshua says, hi, Joshua. Good morning. Tanner says he feels relaxed. And Paul says, hi, Josh. Joshua says, hello, everyone. Hi, Bubba. What's up? I'm ready for a banana smoothie. Banana and peanut butter. Huh, Jackie? So I prefer bacon, eggs, pancakes. Oh, cheddar. Nope, cheese grits. Cheese grits. Rosie says, my mama kick ass and my sister LOL. She don't mess around with smoking. She's been trying to stop my brothers. Oh no. Right? Daniel says, yum. Banana split would be better. Well, I pretend it's a banana split. And I actually add a little oatmeal and sometimes some chia seeds. Chia seeds if I have time to let it sit, but I don't have time, so no chia seeds. And a little scoop of peanut butter and a little scoop of protein powder. So I pretend like it's a banana split with some peanut butter and chocolate on it. Oh, with Reese's Pieces on it. Oh, I'm dying over here. Paul Dana says enjoy. I'm going to. I'm going to imagine that's what I'm drinking. Rosie says that sounds so good. It does, doesn't it? Be even better if somebody made it for me. Oh my gosh, I'm such a baby. Imitation banana split. You know I take my oatmeal with me, and I like to make my oatmeal taste like oatmeal cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies. So I can imagine my food being something else. Yes. Rosie says, okay, y'all teasing at this point. Is that what it is, Joshua? Everything tastes better if it's made for you. I know there's something. Like I have a big obsession with wanting somebody to cook for me. Paul says, stop fooling yourself. Why? I'm sorry. It looked like it was in your mouth. Are we good? Okay. Daniel says, Paul, right? Daniel will just eat the real thing. There you go. Thank you, Daniel. He says, enjoy your food, Thought. Food for thought. Ramsey says, hey, Deborah, get your rent-free bum up and cook for the vampire. She might eat you, if anything. Oh, she's found the secret as to why Big Deborah acts so lifeless. Joshua says, the feeling of pure, honest love of a meal made with love is awesome. Reminds us of childhood. You know who cooked for me as a child? Housekeepers. Back when housekeepers were kind of nannies too. And Paul says, what a wonderful memory. And Rosie says, lifeless. What's that supposed to mean? Well, you're calling me a vampire and my girlfriend is lifeless. I'm just saying. Daniel says, yep. All right, let's do this thing. I didn't hurt her. Look at her. She's beautiful. She's timeless and immortal. She will never age another day in my care. Paul says, my mom's last words were, did you get something to eat? Wow. Moses says, if you hurt her and I visit, I might be the next lifeless. I'll have you sitting right next to Deborah. Yogi says, hi, Yogi. He says, lentils again. Future cat quote. Were you here when Nino said that? I guess so. Joshua says, my mom's was, I love you, buddy. Aw. My mom's last words to me? Really, honestly, this is my mom. My mom's last words to me were, she was laying there on the bed and she jumped up suddenly and looked over at me and said, are you a Democrat or are you a Republican? And I just burst out laughing. Those were my mom's last words to me. Oh. I think it's funny. It's hilarious. That just kind of sums everything up. And you know what's really good is that my views have changed so much away from hers. But now that she's passed, we kind of have the same views, maybe. I just see that she's probably sees things differently now. Which might be why I'm a little uncomfortable getting into those kind of conversations. Paul says that's everyone's opening line now. Rosie says she needed answers. She's like me, lol. I keep asking questions. Paul, exactly, ridiculousness. Joshua says we are constantly changing. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Daniel says, Paul, God bless you and love you and have a great night. Thank you, Daniel. Paul says, stick it. Stick it where? Stick what? What? Paul says, likewise, Daniel. Paul says that's one of the reasons I might leave. It is yogi time. Rosie's in this song. Rosie skips with joy. What was the rest of it? Rosie smiles with ease. Thank you, Rosie. I will enjoy my day at work. My boss is coming to help me work a big truck, so it's always fun, and he's always very kind. I'm probably like his mama. He lets me do all the little stuff that takes a long time, and he does the big heavy stuff. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love working with him, and he's so sweet and just a very good person. Any other boss, I would have been fired by now, honestly. Today was funny. Thank you guys for all being here. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for being my family. Thank you for not yelling at me. Are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? I love you guys so much. And I will talk to you guys again soon and have a great day.